So welcome back. We're getting close to actually 100 episodes, if you could believe that.
Can you
or not.
imagine?
Yeah, we're getting close. So we wanted to bring somebody special in. We got Anthony here from JC Newman and Arturo Fuente Cigars. He's going to give a little rundown and what's happening, kind of getting to know the brands here with the. We're going to start off with the Brick House. It looks like.
The question I always had with a lot of customers come in, because JC Newman makes so many different cigars, so many all great cigars.
Sure.
But the question is sometimes what's the difference between them? Like Brick House, El Baton, you have different blends
Sure, yep.
in the Brick House
Well,
line.
there's two main
and all that.
differences.
So who better than to tell us?
Absolutely. So there's two main differences, and basically you're dealing with a 129-year-old company. So JC Newman's America's oldest family-ran cigar maker, 4 generations. And through that journey, we've partnered with the Arturo Fuente Cigar Company. So a lot of the brands that we offer, we actually have 2 different factories. So our Diamond Crown line, which is behind Tom here, features 3 different blends, 4 actually. These are all manufactured in Tabacalera Fuente. These are Dominican cigars. The first blend was created in 1996 as an homage to JC Newman's 100-year anniversary. That's the Diamond Crown Classic. The Diamond Crown Classic features a beautiful, genuine Connecticut shade wrapper. We go through with 2 rounds of fermentation, which is a little unique in the manufacturing process. That delivers a very smooth, robust flavor. That's the Diamond Crown Classic. The Diamond Crown Maximus is our fuller body. That's an Ecuadorian sun-grown wrapper, has a Dominican binder and filler. And then right in the middle of our favorite profile, we have our Julius Caesar, which actually is JC Newman. Julius Caesar Newman was our founder. That's where the name JC comes from. The Julius Caesar features an Ecuadorian Habano sun-grown wrapper. That's a Dominican binder and filler. And then recently, over the last few years, we've re-released our Black Diamond, which is the crown jewel of the line. Now, a lot of people ask me what's the difference between the regular Diamond Crown line and the Black Diamond line. Black Diamond features a Cuban seed Connecticut broadleaf wrapper with a Dominican binder filler. The other element that elevates this cigar is where we're aging these cigars, say 3 to 5 years. Black Diamond's aged for 5 to 8 years.
Right.
So you get a very smooth cigar. It's a dark wrapper, has a name like Black Diamond. A lot of people think it's going to be a very full-body cigar.
Can't let it scare you.
Don't let it scare you. It's actually something that I would consider more in the mild to medium strength. And again, that's what good age on good tobacco will do for you there.
And then Anthony, I always liked the Diamond Crown line, but I think it was a few years ago you turned me on to the number 4 blend. For whatever reason, that is
so the
a little bit better notch up between number 3 to number 5 to size. So tell us what
so the number 4 is
the
our
4
Toro. The number 4 is our Toro size. I'm finishing a Maduro version of that here right now. It's one of those things. If I remember when Carlos Sr. was alive, Carlos Fuente Sr., and you would ask him, what's the best cigar you make, or what's something that's exceptional on the line, and a lot of times he would answer with a Diamond Crown number 4. It was a cigar that broke the mold for a lot of traditional cigar making. At the time, there weren't many cigars, if any, that were larger than, say, a 48 or 50 ring gauge cigar. It was very important to the Fuente family and the Newman family to create a cigar that was different. Both sides didn't really have any reservations on how expensive this cigar would be, how long it would take to make. They just knew they wanted to work with the best quality tobacco and do something different. So 54 ring gauge was introduced, and that was one of the bigger gauges. Where we are today, you can see how that was just something that kind of set a trend.
Speaking about something different, there's just something about that Diamond Crown number 4 in the Maduro wrapper, right? I mean,
No
the
doubt.
Connecticut is one of the finest cigars that you'll smoke, but that Maduro, for me, there's just something about it that it's just such a nice, unique taste.
Yep.
Get a very toothy, well-aged Connecticut broadleaf wrapper. Again, all our tobacco, when we have Connecticut, it's genuine Connecticut. We've been working with these farms for generations, and good tobacco, aged well, manufactured by some of the best rollers in the world.
It's a hell of a combination.
Yeah, right.
It's definitely a winning combination there.
Yeah.
So when we refer to our Diamond Crown line, that is a Dominican cigar made in the Dominican Republic, manufactured by Arturo Fuente, for a very special reason, for the Newman family, for Stanford Newman, for Julius Caesar Newman, of course, Bobby, Eric, and Drew. Drew, who's our 4th generation family member running the company now.
But definitely got to put that Diamond Crown, any Diamond Crown, but especially number 4 on your list to try
gotta-
cigar.
yeah,
Yes,
That's
sir.
like
Yes,
to
sir.
go out of your way, you got to try that.
Yes,
cigar.
sir. Diamond Crown
Give
number
that
4.
one a shot.
Absolutely.
No
There was a
doubt.
time actually where I think it was between '96 and '97, the same night that Carlito had released Fuente Opus X. It was at the Beverly Hills Club. It was at the Grand Havana Room in New York City.
Right.
And that same evening, the Newmans launched the Diamond Crown number 4 in Beverly Hills Grand Havana Room. And there was
Correct
a
me if
time
I'm-
period where you could only buy it on the West Coast.
Yeah. Well,
And-
wasn't there a time like the Diamond Crown after the Opus was supposed to be west of the Mississippi?
Correct.
Or something like that?
I don't know if the intention of
Oh,
it was that way, but that's
something
just how
like
it was
that.
rolled out.
Right.
Now, obviously, the cigars are all over the country, but that
Yes.
was some of the exclusivity at the time.
Yes.
And through that journey, we're based out of Ybor City. Our headquarters is we operate out of I think about 110-year-old factory there. The only standing factory still operating in Tampa, Florida, and we make some cigars there. We make some machine-guided cigars there, like our factory throwouts and our Trader Jacks. But the real success and progress over the years has come out of our Nicaraguan operation, which is in Esteli, out of our factory called Pensa. So JC Newman opened up this factory, and this is where we produce cigars like Brickhouse and Perla del Mar and El Baton, which have become quite popular over the years, very sought after. And one of the things that we do when we position the Brickhouse cigars, we wanted to make a high quality cigar, not compromising on ingredients, but how could we make it and deliver it at an everyday price point. So our Brickhouse Double Connecticut features not one but 2 Connecticut tobaccos, and again, this is genuine Connecticut seed grown here in the United States. So the reason we call it Double Connecticut is because we'll actually use the shade wrapper, and the binder will have broadleaf. So you're getting both components of the Connecticut plant there. What do you get in that cigar? You get a very, you get a mild to medium strength cigar, but it's got some body to it because we have a broadleaf binder mixed with other Nicaraguan fillers. The original Brickhouse is what you see here in the red boxes. That's our Habano wrapper. And then what I really love in the line is our Maduro Brickhouse, which is not a broadleaf Connecticut wrapper, but a Brazilian Arabica wrapper. So that has a whole other different profile. If you're into cocoa and spice and a little pepper and sweetness, the Toro Maduro is one of the best in the line. And then the Mighty Mighty, which is a 6x60, also very popular. So with the success of Brickhouse came 2 other lines. We relaunched these over the last few years, so some of the packaging looks a little different there. But this is the PDM, which is also known as the Perla del Mar. So again, same concept, high quality tobaccos, everyday price point, value, but not compromising the actual ingredients. So the Perla del Mar comes in 3 different wrappers. We have a Corojo, which is the newest. There's a Connecticut Shade.
That's one of my
And
favorites.
then there's a
Corojo.
Connecticut Broadleaf. Fun fact, the Connecticut Broadleaf, so our Perla Maduro, the wrapper on that is actually the filler for the Brickhouse Double Connecticut. So you get to kind of see how dark and rich that wrapper is, and to have that in a mild cigar like the Double Connecticut kind of lets you understand the cigar is going to have a little body to it.
Now, I'm the type of smoker that, I'll decide on what I'm going to smoke based off of the types of tobaccos, the types of wrappers. I look for broadleaf, especially the Habano, the Corojo. But those are the kind of things that I look at and gravitate towards in certain brands.
Sure.
And I'm sure a lot of people are like that, where they find like a certain wrapper or a certain blend of tobaccos. And
Becomes
they
your
kinda-
your taste profile.
Yeah.
And then the El Baton originally used to feature a Nicaraguan puro. So it was a Nicaraguan wrapper, binder, filler. About 2 or 3 years ago, we updated that blend. So it now features a sun-grown wrapper with a Nicaraguan binder filler. And again, the El Baton, same principle there. We make these cigars out of Esteli in Nicaragua. High quality ingredients, everyday price point. The El Baton comes in 4 different sizes, but it's just one wrapper, so that's the only difference. Perla del Mar is a soft box press, so that's the differentiating factor there. And then the Brickhouse is a traditional, round press cigar.
And all of these are everyday cigars.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely.
they're high quality everyday cigar
Yeah.
that again should be put in your rotation to try.
We
And there's
go-
a lot of variety here too.
We go through quite a bit of quality control. Even our quorum bundles that we make in Nicaragua out of Esteli, every one, 1 out of every 8 cigars that leaves that country is a quorum. We're producing a high volume
between the
of quorum.
quorums and the factory, throwouts that we carry, they've been our #1 volume everyday
Absolutely.
cigar for
Thank you.
20 some years.
Oh yeah, it's a
right?
great cigar. Just
I just saw a
smoke
post.
at any time.
I just saw a post on Facebook the other day where a guy finished a Quorum Toro Maduro. He said, for $3, he said I'd pay $10 for that.
See,
cigar.
there you go.
That's a
So
great
those
compliment,
cigars go through
you know?
the same quality control. It's a 4-step process. That $3 cigar goes through the same process that a $12 cigar goes
$12
through in that
Diamond
factory.
Crown
So
or
there's no
Those are the
there's no
intangibles that you
discrimination
get.
between
Yeah.
this is a short filler, medium filler, long filler.
Yes.
Every cigar that goes through there is going through that same process,
Right.
Which enables us to put out a good product like that.
Yeah,
Quality.
and allows us to get behind a product like that and recommend that
Well,
to
yeah,
our
I
customers.
have no problem recommending them cigars when someone
Yeah.
comes in looking for a
Absolutely.
recommendation.
Absolutely. And
So-
a few of the other things happening down in Tampa, which are exciting in our factory at JC Newman in Ybor City there. We're also, it's become really quite the destination. A few years ago, we went through a historical renovation of the factory. Drew Newman had a vision to make Ybor City, and specifically our factory, a place for cigar smokers to go and enjoy. If you're a bourbon guy, you're going to go to the Bourbon Trail. If you're a wine
I'm always
drinker,
up for a road trip. What
you're
do you
gonna
think?
Oh,
go.
I'm
You're gonna go
always-
to Napa Valley and to really
Yeah,
truly
right,
enjoy
right.
cigars. Up until this point, you pretty much had to leave the country
Yeah.
to get
You're
like an
going to
authentic
Dominican
experience.
Republic,
Yep.
So here you have
Nicaragua.
a short flight to Tampa, Florida. Stay right in the historic Ybor district.
Yep.
There's a museum at the factory. You can take cigar hand rolling classes, and then the top of the factory is where our hand rolling operation is. And over the last several years, we've been making some boutique cigars there that have been coming out, in small waves, in small allocations, and select retailers throughout the country. The first one was the American, which I know you guys have done very well
Very
with,
well,
and
yeah.
look forward to receiving.
Yes.
I believe our next allocation is coming sometime around November, so keep a lookout for that. And that's an unbelievable cigar. It's the only one of its kind. It's a 100% Puro American cigar.
But
So you
everything, right? The box.
Every component. So you have
cello,
a Florida sun-grown
fans.
wrapper. You have a Florida sun-grown wrapper, Pennsylvania binder, Connecticut filler. The boxes are made in the United States. The cellophane is sourced from the United States. Even the hinges on the box come from a small manufacturer somewhere in the United States that produces those. They're hand rolled in Tampa. They're aged right up there in our rolling room.
It doesn't get any better than that.
It's there's nothing to compare it to because there's nothing like it.
Right.
And so that was the first kind of like boutique cigar that we've been making there, really bringing the experience back to the United States. And then our newest creation is the Angel Cuesta.
Oh, yeah.
Angel Cuesta, which also will be out in November, so keep a lookout for that. Again, now that's not a Puro American. That has some very unique tobaccos from all over the world. But the idea that they're being hand-rolled in Ybor City, aged in Ybor City, taken care of there, it's something that nobody else is doing. So there's a lot going on when you talk about the JC Newman name.
Right.
There's many brands, but really the fact that we're America's oldest ran family cigar company is something truly special. And being able to represent and work with Arturo Fuente at the same time, who again 4 generations,
Right.
Over 100 years old, surrounded by some really gifted and some really wonderful people. So
That's a lot of valuable information there. I know a lot of our customers and a lot of, they look for the intangibles. They look for different
Sure.
things and they're interested, right?
Right.
They want to know about the factory. They want to know about the blenders and the different types of tobaccos because everybody's constantly educating themselves on that. So, that was a wealth of information there.
Yeah, awesome.
And I hope you guys, would like to start putting some of these cigars into your rotation, into the must-try list and, stop in and see us.
we're waiting for you.
Good. Thanks again, Anthony.
No, thank you guys.
Very
Appreciate it.
informative.